And we are back. We have Gina Murphy-Darling with us, and it is just absolutely wonderful to have her on with us again. Mrs. Green, you know, you have an alias. Okay.
So true.
Mrs. Green, who's Mr. Green? No.
Mr. Green, he's here.
He's here, yay, James is here. He goes by all the names you do, probably, huh?
He does, he really does. He's a really great partner and helps me make everything work.
Well, you're Mrs. Green because green is in a very important color. I noticed you're wearing green today. I'm sorry I missed the memo, but nevertheless, a green world. And you talk about this in so many ways, that all the different changes that are happening and why we need to protect our environment. You have a radio show, and of course I loved having you on TV too.
And I love being here.
Yeah,
who doesn't love to come to Prescott?
Yeah. Well, and you have your first book out. Your mother called Mother Earth. You better call her back. I totally adore this.
Thanks for that. Seriously. It's a fun book.
And you know what's nice about it? It's so small that people can go, oh, I can read that.
I can read that, and then do small things to make changes.
Yeah, and it's about recycling and all kinds of things. What else is in this?
Saving water and how to shop locally and why it really matters to reduce your waste and all of those things, how to entertain in a greener, funner, is funner a word? It's a more fun way?
No, it's not. People really make fun of me when I say fun.
I like funner. But anyway, there's lots of simple tips to how to live more sustainably that don't feel heavy, you know, I have to do this and sacrificing. It's just fun.
It's not about that. And I mean, the rewards pay off, for heaven's sake, for
all of us.
And our children, and you know, you name it. So you have a new thing coming up. You have a challenge, Arizona's Greenest Workplace Challenge. Okay, so tell me, what is that?
It's really exciting, and this is actually our 6th year, and it's a web-based contest, and businesses from all over Arizona submit and say why they should be considered Arizona's greenest workplace. So there's a lot of exposure for green business practices, and what I love about it is we have the judges, a panel of judges, statewide judges, of which you are one, and we have a group of people from Phoenix and from Tucson that actually select Arizona's greenest Workplace Challenge. And then a really fun part is we have a People's Choice Award. So people that are nominated get their family, their co-workers, their businesses involved in voting. So we have a People's Choice Award. And it really raises the consciousness about why living green and having green practices can be fun.
Yeah, and tell me, what are some of these green business practices? What will you be looking for in the challenge?
It sounds like a little soundbite, but the triple bottom line really matters, and it's people, profit, planet. So the practices are, how do we reduce our paper use? And therefore then you reduce your ink cartridges, and then the whole waste stream is reduced. How do we save on lighting? So our electricity bill is lower and it's using less off the grid. And then there's things like water. Having energy efficient, high efficiency toilets. I love to talk about toilets, but businesses, and then there's the other big piece that is really making such national news now is about supporting locally owned businesses, because that develops business assets in every community. Because if you're a locally owned business, you're more likely to go to a local baker and buy from a local sign company and use a local printer. So the money actually stays in the community and recirculates.
It's like,
so
scratch your back, we scratch your back. Now I came
from
a small town, and we did sustainability all the time because that's the only way people survived. You buy cars from the local car dealer. You buy groceries from the local grocery.
Exactly.
You buy, you know.
And we're getting back to that. And it saves on fuel. It saves on shipping. There's such a bigger picture if you're not bringing things in from 3,000 miles and buying tomatoes from your local farmer.
It's fresher. Really it's more nutritious. I mean, a million reasons why it's so much better. But the awareness is a fabulous thing. Okay, so. Yeah, impact of it financially, the benefits health-wise. So how does a company's mission statement and that kind of thing, how does that reflect in their work environment?
Sandy, the most positive thing that I have seen since I have become Mrs. Green is that businesses are really getting serious about sustainability. So they're either mentioning it in their mission statement, they're really publishing their corporate social responsibility reports, which they do, and they're saying to their employees, we will reward you for taking your bike to work. We will reward you. We will give you bus passes.
Wow.
They are putting water fountains into their offices instead of providing their employees with plastic water bottles. I mean, that saves money, and it saves all of the production of the water bottle costs, and it saves things from going in the landfill. So there's always this ripple effect for what might seem one little action. But companies, more and more and more, they're putting signs on their windows about local first. We are a locally owned business, and I'm a localist. and bigger businesses. There are some of the major companies in the world that are saying, we want, especially the millennials who are really on board with this and spending a lot of money, we want them to know we are doing the right thing for the planet.
Good, good. Okay. Examples. We have some of these green, successful businesses.
We have some really
in
green
Arizona.
examples, and I'm going to count on, mention one because I'm a part of their consulting with them, but in Chapman Automotive Group in Tucson, they have 7 car dealerships. They have evaluated their paper stream, how much paper they have to use in a transaction with buying and selling cars. They've looked at reducing their, they've changed out all their light bulbs. They give customers reusable water bottles that say showing we care, doing our share. So they've really made some big steps. And the other part of that I love is they've become good stewards of the community in the work they do with nonprofits. They have a Habitat for Humanity Build Day. So they get high marks from me. And then you take a place like BMO Harris Bank. They are big. They can have a big impact. And they're looking at everything they do, everything like lighting, like I said, those things that have a bottom line effect, and they're educating their employees about why it matters to their company and to their health and the health of their employees to get these practices out there and really rewarding that and recognizing it. Just talking about it is different from 5 years ago.
Yes.
It's like, well, who knew what a corporate social responsibility paper was? I do now.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Okay, and I've had people say to me when, because I'm like a recycle pusher, and they say, I'm just one person, it doesn't matter, it's not going to make a difference.
Flip that around. I am one person and it starts with me. And if everybody said, I am one person, I'm going to make the change, that's really what creates the global shifts. It's not public policy, which does help, but what really drives this is human behavior and how much we as consumers use. It's not the workforce and the home front, it's the combination of I'm going to make a difference, and it starts with one person. That's what my whole book is about. It's like, if it is to be, it's up to me, and everything you do makes a difference, either makes it worse or makes it better. So the personal responsibility is huge.
I love it because I so believe that, and like you say, it snowballs. If one person does it, you spread the feeling, the news, the tactics, however, to do this. Hey, how do people sign up for the Arizona's Greenest Workplace
Go
Challenge?
to mrsgreensworld.com. We launch on October 7th. It'll be all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any social media platform that we can think of, but it's a web-based contest. And I encourage, we really would love to get some people that submit from Prescott, locally owned businesses. You don't have to be a green business. You can be a local restaurant that sources your food locally, that recycles your waste, that cuts down on your food waste. So it's really not a big, huge corporation movement that we're looking for. Every little bit counts. So we get lots of small businesses that want to submit, and then people visiting their website learn about their businesses. So it's really an everybody wins. It is
win-win.
free advertising.
Win-win. Okay, and there'll be more information on how they can get into it again on the information that you gave. When is the award? The
award is going to be given on October 30th, the day before Halloween.
And I think we're going
to
have you back on, hopefully, to talk
really
more about
exciting.
that and find out who wins.
And people get in contests and they notify their relatives all over the world. We had Israel voting last year and Italy voting last year. So it is a global action, and it's fun.
All right. Gina Murphy, darling, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I love it.
Yes, green. You look good in green.